came to me then that every plan is a tiny prayer to Father Time. As I stared in my shoes in the ICU.
Hey, this is Arikoino speaking, and today I wanted to analyze Death Cab for Cutie, what Sarah said, and try to gain some songwriting wisdom from that song. It's an awesome song. It actually makes me tear up every time I listen to it, but I'll try to do it without crying today. So first of all, I'm gonna play through the basic chords, and I know the chords are really not apparent in this song because of that, piano figure which has really colorful notes in it. But fundamentally, it's like this. So that's the verse, really. F to G to A minor and then E minor. And then when you go to the next section, like, I don't know what I would call that, but like the bridge section or whatever, it goes into D minor and then F and then A minor and E minor. So my question here is, what's the key? There are so many minor chords in here that you kind of like. That's part of why this song works so well, is that the underlying chord progression is very ambiguous. The key, whatever is the key, doesn't really start the song. It just sounds like it's. It sounds like the story already had been going, and we were just kind of tuning into the middle section, right? And that's what happens. Tonally, this is in an A minor as a chord or as a harmony, but when you start from F, G, and then finally get to the A minor, it just sounds like you're just kind of starting somewhere in the middle. And then even during the other section, it goes to D minor and then F, and then you're like still really no clear sense of where the key or the tonal center is. And that's part of what makes this song feel so uncertain, because it's a song that is describing a lot of uncertainty, unsettling kind of moment and feeling. So it's just I don't know their writing process and which comes first, but the harmony and the subject matter work in tandem beautifully to create that really fragile moment. Alright, now next I'm going to play the melody of each of the sections a little bit. So let's see how they're put together. It goes like this. That's more or less the verse, and then the chorus or the bridge section goes. Alright, so let's look at those two melodies for a second. The first one, the verse one, has a lot of big gaps and has ups and downs, right? So what happens with melodies that goes up and down, it just again sounds a little bit, in this case, a little bit like hesitant, like it's like, oh, I'm going up here and then down here, and it just, I'm not sure what's going on. That's what this melody is saying. That's a fifth from C to G, but right back to C again. So that kind of jump up and then right down can sound kind of mechanical, but that sounds like I'm going up there, but I'm not gonna really stay there. Just the up and down, and that creates a sort of a kind of hesitation effect in here. But then when you go into the bridge, you notice how stepwise and regular and more predictable this move is. So the contrast between that sort of a gappy, unsettling verse and then that steady upward arc of the bridge section really creates a nice contrast where the verse has this sentiment that, oh, I'm not sure what's going on, this feels uncomfortable, to the chorus of the bridge next section, the B section, going, oh, there's something building up now, there is momentum, and I'm going to have an anticipation for something. That, and again, that contrast in the song really sort of goes with how the story goes. And notice how I'm really unsure as to what to call each section, because there's really no clear verse-chorus relationship in the song. And again, as songwriters, it's really easy for us to think, oh, okay, so this sounds like a verse, so I better have a chorus. Well, that is an assumption that is default, but sometimes it's really good to question, really, does that really fit the song? Does that really serve in terms of the flow of the song and the story of the song? And it's good to think about the structure of the song and go, I'm going to deviate from the pattern. I'm going to be a little bit unexpected. And that makes the story more interesting. Now, finally, let's consider where that is leading, right? And then there's the moment of silence, the moment of truth. Now, many songs have great punchlines, but then there is the sweet spot for punchline, and that is at the end of bridge. This song happens to be one where we don't go back into chorus, or there's no really verse or chorus, but even with the more predictable or traditional song structure, you go from verse to chorus and verse to chorus, and there's a bridge, and then at the end of the bridge, right before you come back to the chorus, is the place reserved for the punchline. So when you think about the song lyrics and where to place them, make sure that you hold back. The verses and even the choruses up to the bridge sometimes can be used as a setup, sort of leading to the climax, and then when you come to the end of the bridge section is right where you just kind of boom come out with the heart of the matter, and they do that really well in the song, and and that's where I start crying. But again, that is a songwriting convention that it's good to keep in mind, so that you don't give away the strong lines too easily or too cheaply, that you really want to just, sometimes you want to save it to the end of the chorus and sort of keep things quiet, or sort of bring it back down and then just boom, just deliver it once and for maximum impact. And man, this is a great song, great example of that. So today, when analyzing what Sarah said, we talked about how ambiguous the harmony is, how it doesn't emphasize the key, how it has a lot of minor chords, and that serves the song. We talked about also how the melody, verses have lots of gaps, and that indicates sort of unsettling feeling, whereas the bridge section is more predictable, and that creates a sense of anticipation. And then we talked about how this song doesn't fit the traditional verse-chorus structure, and sometimes that's quite good for the song. And finally, we talked about how the end of the bridge is the sweet spot for punchline, and you want to sort of reserve your strongest line perhaps for that moment. And also all things that we can keep in the back of our mind as we're trying to write songs of our own. Alright, great. Thanks. I'll catch you next time.